Hello YouTube, today we're going to take a trip to the second floor of my game room, as promised, and I'm going to show you it and going to talk about it a bit. So let's start. I hope the lighting is good enough up here. Let's see, let me just get up the stairs, the ladder. Okay, so here we are. This is what I like to call my retro lounge. As you can see, I have an old CRT TV here and quite a lot of consoles and home computers. So let's just start. We'll start in the corner over here where the ladder is going down. This is my Amiga 500. On top of it is one of the speakers I recently installed to have proper stereo sound here for the rest of the retro systems. And below it we have one of many boxes which is filled with controllers and other peripherals for some of the old consoles like the Super Nintendo. Okay. Let's go over here. On the right side we have my Super Nintendo, which is modded, so it also plays Japanese and US games. You can see the switch down here, the little switch to switch between 50 and 60 Hertz. In the middle, this is my Sega Saturn. This is also modified. It plays all of the games as well. The switches are on the back, so I can't show them to you at the moment. On the left is a modded Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. It is a Mega Drive which is modded, but it will also play Genesis games, Japanese and US ones. Again, this one has little switches in the front to switch between 50 and 60 Hertz and PAL and NTSC. A little in the back, due to space constraints even up here, is my Atari 7800 with the controller. Down here we have the Commodore 64 with the floppy drive. And finally, this is my PAL TurboGrafx, which I already talked about in a video. At the moment we have Pac-Land in the console. And for me, the main goal up here was to have all of my retro consoles. Oh, I forgot one of the most important ones. This is my Multi-Mega console, which is basically a Mega Drive, which includes a Sega CD unit. And it's only as small as like a small portable CD player. And it has the 32X sitting on top of it. As you can see, Star Wars Arcade is inserted. Okay, sorry. I wanted to say my goal up here was to have a place where all of my retro consoles are installed at the same time. And I don't have to switch all the time. I don't have to switch the plugs all the time. Like when I want to play Saturn, I want to play Saturn. I don't want to go and use the plug and then plug it in and plug another console out. And this is now possible thanks to this device, this lovely device, which is a, I think, 9-in-1 RGB SCART converter unit or switch. I think it's just a switch. It works automatically or manual. What I'm doing here is I have all of my consoles connected to the back of this thing, and only one of the SCART RGB wires is connected to the TV in the back here. What this allows me to do is just switch on any console and I can immediately play it without having to change any of the plugs, and I also have the benefit that I can output the audio to this small speaker setup, which is only a 2.1 speaker setup. It's a stereo system with a small subwoofer. So I also have proper sound, because the TV's sound speakers are not that great. Yeah, on the left here there's also a Nintendo 64, which I almost forgot about. Again, this is sitting here because of space constraints. At the moment I have too many consoles. Okay, in this shelf here we have some of my original packagings for some of my stuff, like the TurboGrafx Lethal Enforcers bundle. Sadly it's the NTSC bundle, which I can't use because my Multimega is only PAL. Dreamcast packaging, Xbox 360 packaging, a Dreamcast steering wheel, the official one by Sega, and GameCube, bongos, arcade stick, HD DVD for the Xbox 360, Zelda Wind Waker bundle, one of the speakers, some Sega Saturn light gun shooters. I think it's House of the Dead and Virtua Cop 2, if I'm not mistaken. Also some of the European big boxes packagings for some of the Super Nintendo games which were released over here. We have Mario Paint, Secret of Evermore, Illusion of Time, Terranigma and Lufia. Also a replacement controller for the N64, some GameCube stuff. And here we have another cupboard. This cupboard houses most of my retro gaming collection, I mean the games themselves. I will start down here. On the left we have the Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy games, the original packagings at least. Here we have some Mega CD games, some original packagings or games which are still in the original packaging of Super Nintendo, PAL versions, all of them. I even have 3 NES games which I bought really cheap, which are like brand new, and I still don't have the NES to play them, but still. There's one Neo Geo Pocket Color game, this is Pac-Man. Then we have an original packaged Game Boy, classic Game Boy, the very first one. Some more Super Nintendo games, N64 games, Super Nintendo games. Here we have the Game Boy camera and the Game Boy printer for the original Game Boy, the gray Game Boy. It's also a very interesting device. Here we have a few loose Game Boys. We have a green one and 2 gray ones. The battery pack for the Game Gear. And down here the loose games for my cartridge-based consoles. Or most of them are stored.